I'm Margaret Hulse with Impulse Studio, and I'm here in San Pedro with my friend Michelle Rehbein, who is a therapist and is a huge supporter and advocate of the Love Necklace campaign. And she does so much to give to Hope Haven here on the island. And I thought it would be great for the two of us to sit down and talk about the Love Necklace campaign, her involvement with the campaign, and if you're not familiar, the Love Necklace campaign is a one-for-one giving campaign where anyone who purchases a love necklace, then one is given to a women's shelter either in Dallas, Austin, here in San Pedro, and also in New Orleans. So here we're talking about Hope Haven and how we can give and serve to Hope Haven, and I would like to introduce you to Michelle Rehbein. Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, Margaret. I'm so glad to be here to talk about this.
I know, it's so nice to be able to see you on the island. We message back and forth a lot when we're in the States, and so it's great to see you here. I'm so blessed that you connected with the message that I put on Facebook about the campaign, and I was wondering, when you saw me post about the Love Necklace campaign, what were your initial thoughts and how did you connect to that?
Well, not only personally through my family, I have daughters, but through my work and dealing with women that come to me. And just as kind of an aside, I work primarily with PTSD or substance abuse individuals. And basically what I see a lot of is a lack of what you are trying to provide. And so it just really captivated myself, my thinking, as far as, wow, there's somebody out there that's doing something to fulfill the gap that the people I see are missing.
Thank you for seeing that, because that's the intention behind the campaign. And you're a therapist. Could you explain what you specialize in and how what you specialize in is so relevant to the Love Necklace campaign?
Well, so many people, especially the female population, go through traumatic events. They meet criteria for PTSD, but of course, when you have domestic violence, society tells us it's the woman's fault. They weren't strong enough. They didn't say no. They didn't stand up for themselves. They let it happen. So therefore, they should just deal with it. And what I find is that because that is what society is putting out there, they turn to alternative measures for relief. And they're not turning to healthy measures. They're using controlled substances, and they're forming addictions. And so that only attributes to the negativity and the downfall of everything that is contrary to what love is. And in my time with these people that I serve, they tell me very similar stories about how there's just no love for them. They're not loved. There's a lack of love. And in defining what love is for women is so different than how we portray that on social media or out there in the world. Love, I think, for women accounts for the idea that they're accepted, supported, that they have value, and that people cherish and need them in their lives.
So I can agree with you on all of those things, because I've been there, and a lot of us have been there, whether in whatever situation we've been in, whatever kind of pain we've been through. So I believe that's extremely relatable. This necklace is a simple necklace. It just says the word love and gold scrolled the letters LOVE. And what I'm wondering for you as a therapist, how do you feel that wearing this near your heart can positively affect the women who are receiving it?
I think imagery is a really good start to healing, and by seeing and holding something that's symbolic, even the word love in cursive. Cursive is a style of lettering that connects one letter to the other. And so with the idea of connecting one human soul to another. And just in that is a start of hope, love and hope and faith. With the greatest of these is love. And so forming the idea that love is attainable and looking at, what does love mean to me today? How am I going to give it? How am I going to receive it? Realizing that the person has the power inside of them regardless of what the world says to them.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I know there was another question that I was going to ask you before when we talked about these questions. But I'm going to throw you a curveball and ask you, when you wear the necklace, what does it mean to you?
It allows me to connect not only to the people that I serve in the community that have PTSD, domestic violence in their life, substance abuse in their life. It helps me understand in raising my own daughter how important love is. And then of course, somebody who has to take drastic measures to remove themselves from their home to go to a shelter and essentially hide themselves from their community because they're fearful of what might happen. Having something to hold and connect to, something that's tactile. I want somebody to know they're loved. It's like a hug.
Do you think that when people see you wear it, that it sends a message to them also?
People definitely recognize it, and they definitely say, "Oh, what is that necklace about?" And they always ask, "What's it about?"
Oh, that's wonderful.
It's not just, "I like your necklace." What's your necklace about? So it gives me the chance to say, "Well," and I give them the story of the Love Necklace campaign.
That's so wonderful. Well, I'm so blessed that you're a part of this and that you're here on the island helping to serve Hope Haven and serve the women here on this island. And it's a message shared on this island, but with what you're doing, you're also sharing it in your community back in the United States and everywhere you go. So thank you so much for taking the time to visit with me and share this beautiful setting and this background and Caribbean flavor with everyone. This message is something that is universal. It's intended to be universal, and I'm so glad that you're a part of it.
I think the more and more we can tell people out there, especially the women that are afflicted by domestic violence, that there is faith and hope and love, and that people out there recognize that they are suffering and that there's love to help them come out of hiding. The more they hear it, hopefully the more they believe it.
Thank you. It's nice to be able to have someone speaking from your level of expertise. I think that helps our audience understand a different perspective behind the message. And I hope you have a wonderful time here on the island.
Always.
It's always wonderful to see you.
You too.
And thank you so much.
You're welcome.